Hello. So today we are going to start with the next part of the lesson number 11, cell structure and microorganisms. So let's begin. You can see the figure here, plant cell and animal cell. So we are going to study the cell and its four main parts with the function of the four main parts. The cell has four main parts: the cell wall, cell membrane, cytoplasm and cell organelles. So let us begin with cell wall. The cell wall is the outermost covering of a cell. It is present only in plant cells. So in the figure you can see that cell wall is only present in the plant cell and not in the animal cell. Plasma membrane. The plasma membrane, also called the cell membrane, is a kind of thin covering. It is a thin covering. It is extremely delicate and flexible. It is the outermost covering of animal cells. Third is cytoplasm. The liquid part in the cell present around the nucleus is called cytoplasm. It occupies the space between the plasma membrane and nucleus. Cell organelles are scattered in the cytoplasm. Now next is, what is cell organelles now? These mainly include the nucleus, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi bodies, lysosomes, mitochondria, vacuoles, plastids, etc. Plant cells contains chloroplast. Now let us see the cell parts, its main functions. So the number one is cell wall. Main functions of cell wall are surround and protect the cell, make the cell stiff and strong. So you can call it as supporter and protector also. Number two is cell membrane. Hold and protect the cell, control the movement of materials into and out of the cell. That means it is said to be the gate of the cell. Cytoplasm, a watery gel-like material in which cell parts move. So it is like an area for the movement or area of movement. Next is mitochondria, produce and supply most of the energy of the cell. It is a powerhouse of the cell. Next is chloroplast. The main function is contains the chlorophyll, captures the energy of sunlight and use it to produce food for the cell. So it is like the food producers for the cell. Number 6 is vacuoles, which store the food, water and chemicals. So it is also called as a storage tanks. The next is nucleus. It acts as the brain of the cell, regulates and controls all the cell activities. So it is like the control center. Next is nuclear membrane. Surrounds and protects the nucleus, control the movement of materials into and out of the nucleus, exist in the nucleus. So it is the gate of the nucleus. Last one, chromosomes. So the function of chromosomes, direct cell activities exist in the nucleus. So it is like the director of the cell. So just now we had seen the cell parts, its main functions and the nicknames given to the cell parts. Now let us see about the microorganisms. So here you can see the definition of the microorganisms. The unicellular, single-celled or multicellular organisms which are invisible to the naked eye when taken individually are called microorganisms. So we have learned that there are countless living organisms on the earth. Of these, the organisms which cannot be seen with our eyes but can only be observed under a microscope are called microorganisms. Now let us see about the occurrence of microorganisms. So these microorganisms are present all around us in the air, water, soil, food, sewage, garbage, as well as in the bodies of plants and animals, including humans too. Some microorganisms are solitary, that is, they live alone or they live single. Example, amoeba, paramecium, whereas some live in colonies. Some microorganisms live on the remains of dead plants and animals. Now, let us see the nature of microorganisms. So, in the figure, you can see a variety of microorganisms: circular shape, rod shaped, curved shaped, and other shapes.